Hey everybody, it's Sherri Leopold with Outside the Box with Sherri, and gosh, I'm excited today because I'm going to introduce you to an amazing young woman who's just doing incredible things out in the world today. I'd like to introduce you to Emily Zimmerman, who is a nurse anesthetist and an avid runner, and is choosing a very interesting way to use her love of running to impact the world. So welcome to Outside the Box with Sherri, Emily.
Hi, hello.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you here, and you know I adore you, and I have known you for a really long time, and am great friends with your mom, and I'm so excited about what mission that you have chosen to share. You know, on Outside the Box with Sherri, we shine a light on people who are making a difference in the world and showing up in a great way, and you are so certainly doing that. Lots of people run, but you really run with a purpose. And so I would love for you to tell our viewers today a little bit about how you came to be connected to this mission and what it means to you and really what the mission is about.
Yes, first of all, thank you so much for inviting me to be on here. It's an honor, and I also really appreciate just you promoting and supporting Every Mother Counts, getting the word out there with me. That is basically why I run for them. It is not just to raise funds, though I do that, but it's also to raise awareness. Every Mother Counts is a nonprofit organization that supports maternal health care, both here in the United States and also in developing countries. So they do that by addressing different barriers to maternal health care, be it transportation, access to supplies, clinics, and so they help to fill a need wherever they see it. So how I got involved with Every Mother Counts, I should probably back up. I have been a runner most of my life, so it's something that was a passion of mine from an early age, something that I've always done. And as you had mentioned, I'm also a nurse anesthetist. And following the earthquake in Haiti, I did go overseas and do some medical missions. So also another passion of mine. So back in 2014, when I was running the New York Marathon, I saw a woman wearing a hooded sweatshirt that said, "Every mother counts." So I literally just striking conversation with her, asked her what that meant, and she kind of explained the organization to me. She mentioned that they were based out of Manhattan and a group that kind of supported maternal health care. She had mentioned during this conversation that they had just at that time received a grant to start up a midwifery school in Jacmel, Haiti. And so, you know, backing up, that kind of like obviously struck a chord with me with my own personal history. And it seemed like a natural fit, kind of the perfect marriage of my two passions, running, but also humanitarian relief. So as soon as I heard about Every Mother Counts, I wanted to be involved in whatever way I may be able to help, be it on the healthcare end or through running. And as it turns out, they have a group that that gets together and goes to local races, and they have ambassadors, as they call them, that promote and raise awareness to the cause, and kind of explain, as this woman did for me. Now I do as well.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love that. And you know, like you think it's chance, but it's such a God thing.
Yes, yes.
No such thing as chance there, people. That was meant to be. Oh, it's just so awesome. And I know you've had amazing travel adventures with this ambassadorship and stuff. Can you share with our viewers a little bit of some of the places that you've gone to really promote the vision and the mission of Every Mother Counts?
Yes. So usually with a lot of our trips and travel, we run these races. Many of the women were never runners who are ambassadors. Um, Unlike myself, getting on there, it was a little more of a natural transition um, to become a running ambassador for me, since it was something that I've always kind of enjoyed doing. But they bring on men and women of all different backgrounds or uh, with running. Some have never run a day in their life and they're signing up to be a part of this cause. So um, just get a group of runners together and typically choose races where there is a bigger presence or a lot of times we're doing some of the more major marathons, spreading the word. So my first trip with Every Mother Counts actually was um, to Haiti. We ran a half marathon there, but also we also attended the graduation or the midwifery school that they had received the grant for was graduating one of their first um, classes
Oh,
of
neat.
training Haitian men and women to become certified midwives. So that really struck a chord for me. It was not just filling the need for access to care, but it was also supplying jobs to Haitian men and women. I think that
Right.
for me was always an issue I struggled with when I would go down for a medical mission and I would always have to return home. And, you know, I always kind of felt like I felt good while I was there, but at some point I would have to leave. And
Right.
you're leaving them with, you know, hopefully someone else will come and fill my place. But a lot of times that's not the case. So to train Haitian men and women to do these jobs and to fill this role, it's it was it helped me feel better about it. Just kind of filled that gap. It was
Right.
like a bonus to that.
And it's kind of like, you know, the proverbial you can give a man some fish or you can teach him to fish.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. So it was
that's the best of all of it, is to teach them how to fill into those roles on a regular basis. But it also employs them. So, you know, it's like the triple win, you know.
absolutely, absolutely. It's just, and they're all about sustainable solutions
Right.
to these problems. And so that's something that just one of the many reasons that I love the organization. And I really do feel passionate about the cause, which is why I keep signing up to run these marathons after my body really wants to quit, but my heart is in it for Every Mother Counts and to kind of be a part of this. So I've also done through this. Gosh, I'm trying to think. I've done just last year. I did Berlin Marathon and the Tokyo Marathon. Um, I've done New York, Chicago, um, and Montreal half marathon. I'm trying to think. I'm starting to lose count now. But
Oh, it's so awesome, and you meet such great people at every single one, and it enlarges the vision and the people that support it. And I love hearing it. And I follow your page, and so I love really seeing all the different places that you're going and spreading the message and the mission. With that, if somebody wants to learn how they can be a part, maybe they're not a runner, I'm sure there's other things. Is there something that you can share with them how they could be a part if they're not a runner, whether it's by donating or volunteering in some other way?
Yes, actually, you can go on Every Mother Counts. Just if you'd like to, it's www.everymothercounts.org, I believe, and learn more about the organization itself. They have, you can sign up for a race if you do run. If you don't, there are different donation opportunities, which is always appreciated. There's also a shop, different vendors and merchandise. I know around Mother's Day, and with Mother's Day coming up, they offer a lot of products that you would likely be getting for either for moms or women in your life, men in your life. They have products for men as well, and babies, and each of the items on the website, a certain percentage, and usually it's listed with that, will go directly towards Every Mother Counts and to their different recipients.
Oh, I love that so much. So there's a lot of avenues in which people can be part of the Every Mother Counts mission, not just running, because I tore my meniscus, so that's not going to happen for me. But I can donate money.
It's true. They also do have, I mean, they're getting more into other activities, yoga, different cycle classes, and a lot of times, usually the donation goes to that. But yeah,
that's awesome.
You don't have to be a runner.
Right. So I just think it's so cool, the mission. Can you speak a little bit to the history, like how long it's been around, and like the founder? I don't know how the mission actually started.
So the organization was actually founded by Christy Turlington Burns, and she actually founded it through her own personal pregnancy complication. While she was delivering her first child, her daughter, she had postpartum hemorrhage, and she lives in New York now. Her mother is from Argentina, and she, after her complication and massive hemorrhage, blood transfusions, she realized just how scary it can be, how close she was to potential death or just very serious complications. And she realized how fortunate she was to be in the hospital that she was at, NYU Hospital, with access to the greatest care, any resources just readily available. And I think she realized that so many women are not in such a privileged situation or circumstances. And I think it really hit close to home when she realized that had she been in her mother's home country, that she might not be alive.
Right.
And I think so during that period, she started to really research and kind of learn more about the complications, more about how common it was. And I think she had said to me, once you learn the statistics and realize just how common this is not a terribly uncommon situation, that you can't unlearn it. And
Right.
he felt this, I've heard it referred to as survivor's guilt for, why am I fortunate enough, and others are not. And so I think this was kind of her way of reaching out and bridging that gap in access to care and transportation, and addressing the problems that can contribute to these maternal complications.
And I love that she took her gratitude for what she was given and turned it into a mission to helping others, because a lot of us have had tumultuous situations or whatever, and maybe we're grateful at the time, but that's where it ends, is just being grateful. So I think that that's, sort of putting the faith into action, and, creating a better world, which is exactly one of the reasons why I wanted to have you on today, because I know that the mission is, because I've been following you since you joined it, and I did know her story because I read it online. I went to the website and stuff like that. And, she obviously is a beautiful woman on the outside, but she's clearly a beautiful woman on the inside too. And, really has a heart for others. So she's going to attract that tribe, which I know that is you too, because I know you well. So it's not surprising to me that you would choose to use your gifts as well to further that mission. Even though you aren't a mom yet, your mom's pretty special, I will say that.
Absolutely, as are all moms.
Awesome. Yes.
Something that has hit close to home, and we've said before, you don't have to be a mom. There are men that run in the organization as well. It's like everyone has a mom. Everyone
right.
has a mom, and I think you realize just, even without being one, you can have an appreciation for what they go through.
Absolutely.
And, just bringing life into the world, and no woman should risk her own life to bring another into the world. And so I think
right.
that's kind of where it really strikes a chord with me.
Oh, and I love it. And you've seen that very up close and personal, because I've heard some of those stories from when you've done your medical missions from your mom. So, and I think, I'm sure that's been a catalyst for you, really pushing into this movement, because what the outcome potentially would have been different had you not been there.
Yes, absolutely. And that's, when I talked about having to leave, in situations where to return home, realizing that, you could be leaving them with no access to care at all.
Right.
So to know that there are organizations and donors like EveryMother Counts, who are supporting, training others to kind of fill this need, I think really means a lot, and makes it a huge...
And that just shows the vision for the mission. It wasn't just the right up front, okay, let's get the baby delivered safely. It's all the way into the future for all the ones that will be born. And that's another thing that I love about that, is that the vision for this organization is very far out there into the future and how to make it better. And I love that.
Yes. And she is a woman on a mission, so.
Oh, and that's awesome. It's, hey, the people you surround yourself with, lift you higher and you lift them. And I want to say thank you so much, Emily Zimmerman, for being such an amazing guest. And you're also an awesome woman in general, but and being such a great spokesman for every woman, or spokeswoman, I guess, for every mother counts. And you can go to the website everymothercounts.org, and we'll have all the links. And I would love it if you would either reach into your pocket or reach into your heart, or prayers, whatever it is that you feel like you can offer to this organization where every mother counts, and see if you can't be part of this important mission in the U.S. and globally. So thanks again. If you know anybody that would like to be a part of the Outside the Box with Sherri, you can always reach out to me at sherrileopold2@gmail.com. If you would like to be a guest, or if you want to connect with me on Facebook or whatever, and send me a message and share somebody with me that you think would be a great guest, that would be awesome. But thank you again, Emily. I think you're awesome, and I appreciate everything that you've done.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Let's see if I can stop recording there. Oh, maybe. There we go.